Good morning and welcome to the Elevate Renatus team call. This is your host, Keely Austin. Today is Money Monday. It's January 25th. I'm excited to be here with you. Our quote of the day today is people buy into the leader before they buy into the vision. John Maxwell. We have our dates for our national conference. We're going to be having our national conference online, and that will be March 18th through the 20th. We've got 3 full days of fantastic training. You absolutely want to be fully present for those 3 full days. It's going to be very informative. We're going to get some exciting new announcements from our CEO, Bob Snyder. We also are going to have some training from leaders from across the nation. So our national conference, you absolutely have to be there. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm excited to see you there. We have our leaders retreat dates. We're going to be going to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. That is going to be August 13th through the 17th. Our Founders Live is every Monday. This is your opportunity to connect with our CEO, Bob Snyder, on a weekly basis and hear the newest news on the business. And we also get to see some recognition, who's out there killing it in the business, and then some training and a success story of the week. So the Founders Live is every Monday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time, and that is on the, 1 minute here. Got someone off mute, let me take care of that. So every Monday at 4 p.m. Mountain Time on Facebook, on the Founders Live Facebook page is where you can catch the Founders Live with our CEO, Bob Snyder. There are 3 kinds of people in this world: people who make it happen, people who watch what happens, and the people who wonder what happened. We have study groups now every week on Monday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. These are brought to you by our national team, and we are starting with the essentials. So tune in on Mondays at 7 p.m. And also this is a great marketing tool to talk to your guests about. Download the Renatus Helios app. Make sure to give it 5 stars, know how to locate your access code, and watch the Founders Live for more information on the Renatus app. Every week we have our private capital masterclass on Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's about an hour long, and we talk about private capital. So watch your classes, have conversations around private capital, and bring any questions that you're facing, any struggles, any wins, any successes. Bring those to the masterclass, and we'd love to hear about it. Our dream call is the daily real estate action mastermind. That is happening every day after this morning call. After our marketing call, we talk real estate. So we've got about 45 minutes Monday through Friday where we talk about real estate. So watch your classes again, make sure you're out there taking action, analyzing properties, and bringing any questions you have to the master class. It's been a lot of fun. And then every Friday, we have our Fabulous Friday morning with Lily Protest from 8 to 9. Last but not least, Monday through Friday at noon, we have our Zoom up call that is put together by Scott Rowe and Michael Huggins, where they interview a new student, or not a new student, but a different student every day of the week. And it's a short and sweet call, but very powerful. It's only about 15 to 20 minutes. But again, it's a different story every day. And I think we're above 50 now. So tune into the Zoom up call on every day at noon. And you can see the link at the very bottom of the screen. bit.ly/zoomup is how you join live. If you're not able to make it live, we put all of them on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is Elevate Renatus. OES talks all about what the OES is, the optional event subscription, and how that supports our leadership, what comes with that, why you want to be a part of it. So check out the website oesoes.com for some more details on that. Every Tuesday, if you're looking to introduce guests to our Profits education, then tune into the Profits Intro Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Mountain Time with Bob Tierney. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m., we've got a couple of events that you can check out. First, we have our house tour. It's brought to you in English, and that is 7 p.m. on Wednesday. And then we also have our AIT bonus track study group offered in Spanish. And then every Thursday, we have a house tour also, but it's offered in Spanish on Thursdays, English on Wednesdays. And then everything else here is in English. Everything's at 7 p.m., so you get to pick and choose what it is you'd like to go to. We have our Pillars of Wealth intro presentation, follow-up and funding webinar. We have our onboarding webinar, our essentials study group, and multifamily, wholesaling, and short-term rental study groups. We do record these calls. I mentioned before, the Zoom up calls can be found on our YouTube channel, Elevate Renatus. And then these morning trainings can also be found on the YouTube channel, as well as on our Facebook page. The Facebook page is Renatus Team Elevate. Lots of important announcements there. So definitely make sure you're part of the Facebook page and taking advantage of the YouTube channel. Today is Money Monday. We get to learn from the wonderful Michael Huggins. Michael has been such an amazing leader for myself and so many others to follow and to learn from in this business. Michael has been in this business for about 10 years, so he's got a ton of experience to share with us, a lot of knowledge, and has had a lot of success. As you can see, Michael recently had a baby. Michael and Vanessa have brought a beautiful boy into the world, and they're now in Tennessee, but Michael started out in Utah, Salt Lake City, where he was working 2 jobs. He was very, very frustrated, paying off a student debts where I'd been paying on it for a couple of years. The balance hadn't even changed, and that's when he learned about how interest worked. And he was very frustrated, like I said, working 2 jobs. He was working for Jiffy Lube as well as Sears Auto. He had gotten a degree in auto mechanics, got good grades, but still found himself very, very frustrated and broke, living in his girlfriend's mother's basement. Well, one day he decided he needed to make a change. He saw an ad in the newspaper on real estate investing, and that happened to be a Renatus ad. So we fast forward to today. Michael has built incredible success with this business, as I mentioned, where he's earned millions and millions of dollars, multiple millions as a marketer for this business, and also has done very well on the real estate investing side, where most recently he's working on building a really beautiful farm and land development project out in Tennessee. And he's on the PAC with our CEO, Bob Snyder, the President's Advisory Council. And we are very, very fortunate to get to spend an hour with Michael this morning. So make sure to take notes. I'm excited for what Michael has to share with us today. Good morning, Michael. How are you doing?
Good morning. Doing great. How's everybody else? Welcome to the call. Awesome. Got a nice full room. Happy you're all here. And we're getting really close to nationals. Bob Snyder's got some pretty big announcements. So just make sure, I know we talk about it every week. I'm in another personal development group, and they have a 3-day summit coming up, and they talk about it all the time too. And then it just dawned on me, oh crap, if I don't put it in my calendar, things are going to fill up. So how many of you have already blocked off Nationals weekend on your calendar? Okay, if you haven't done that, it's time. Okay, some of you got it. Okay, go into your calendar, make yourself busy all day. Block it all off so no one else can book a time or you get distracted. Okay. All right, so we got some questions here. So Sherry asked, when is the masterclass for private money? It's every Thursday at 6 p.m. Mountain Time, right before our intro. Okay. Good. Where do we sign up? They have not, from my understanding, they haven't released the registration link yet, but it will happen, I think this week, if not next. All right, Anthony's all blocked off. Good. Okay, so making sure that's top of mind. Also, just for my own interest, if you are interested, I started a YouTube channel a while ago and have been releasing a video every day, just a few minutes or every other day, from some stuff I recorded a while ago. And if you're interested in subscribing and watching that content, that'd be cool. Let me get you the link here. And awesome. No, it's not that. Not that one. Any of you have too many YouTube accounts? Okay, cool. All right, so all about promotion. As we continue to promote the intensives, the workshops, the Super Saturdays. We had a lot of attendance. I think we had over 400 people this Saturday. I had a few people there. It's interesting. I had a lot of last minute cancels, which was kind of you just adjust. But I had 3 people there, and so now it's my opportunity to follow up with them. And that follow up, what does that look like? Okay, so folks, I'm gonna drop this link in the chat. Tell me if this is taking you to my channel or not. And yes, Skylar brought up a good point. You do need to be on the OES optional event subscription if you want to do the private money mastermind stuff.
It takes us to the Michael Huggins page. YouTube
And how many videos are there?
44 subscribers.
45 videos.
How do I see how many videos?
Next to the home button, there should be videos.
I saw 45.
Okay. Cool. 48 subscribers. 4 of you jumped on. Awesome. Yeah. So if you want to go catch up on these videos, they're like 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes long, but they're stuff that I've been implementing in my life, reasons why I think I'm having more success than the average person. And go check them out. Cool. Okay. Now I wanted to draw something, but my Apple Pencil fell off of my desk and now it is not responding. Apple Pencil. All right, so we'll do something else. The follow-up. Good morning, Isaac. Okay, so my main question when I'm talking to my guests, so I'm going to be calling Richard Gaines, I'm going to be calling Jason Yesser, and Marjan Oviado. And today I have a call with Ruben Girth, who canceled last minute, but he still wanted to talk again on Monday, so I'm going to call him. Okay, so when we're talking to these people, my very first question, and then what triggers the rest of my conversation, is, what did you like best about what you saw? What did you like best about what you saw? It is those exact words every time. It is not, what'd you think? No, it's, what did you like best about what you saw? If I already know that they're an audio person instead of a visual person, I'll say, what did you like best about what you heard? Those are my 2 variations. Other than that, because what I want them to do is then bring to the forefront of their mind exactly what they liked. And then we can focus on that and add so much value to that they're willing to join the team, pay the cost, get involved, and then chase their dreams. Everybody has a dream, but are they all chasing it? No. And that's where we can come in. All of you are. That's why you're here. And this is what's exciting about it. But in the regular world, most people are being disempowered. They're being told they can't. They're being told they're not good enough, or it's never going to work, or it's a waste of time. And so 99% of people are walking around in this world in a state of disempowerment. We want to be a change for that. We want to be an example of empowering people. Francis already knows that. We want to be in a state of empowering people. So part of that is we have to empower ourselves. But more importantly is, when I'm thinking about these new people that I had on the webinar, I'm not thinking, do they have enough money to buy from me? Okay, if that was my thinking, then I've already lost. I want to think, what is their biggest obstacle in life? And what do they want to accomplish? Because we have a process for that. Some people, what they want to accomplish can happen in 6 months. Other people, it takes 6 years. So as I'm thinking about these people, all right, what's his biggest obstacle? What's his biggest obstacle? What's his biggest obstacle? I can think about it, but then my next question in my follow-up, would you like to ask about what you saw? Depends on when I ask it, but I will always ask, all right, so what is holding you back? What's the biggest obstacle that's holding you back from accomplishing your goal? And people are going to say one of 4 things or variation. They're going to say time, money, knowledge, fear, or relationships. And we've all experienced that same thing too. Before you got into this program, if I would have asked you what's holding you back, you would have said one of those things. So I already know, it's already proven to me that we can help people with the money. So if they say, I don't have money to do deals, I go, all right, cool, come on in. We'll help you. I already have enough evidence, and hopefully through these Zoom ups and everything else you've seen, plenty of evidence that we can help people with their money. The second thing is time. I mean, people say, I don't have time. I got kids, I got soccer, I got this, I got that. I'm cooking, cleaning. I got to walk the dog. I got to exercise. I don't have any time for this. Okay. I've also seen hundreds and hundreds and maybe even 1,000 now people who have smashed that obstacle when it comes to time. Our speaker on Saturday was a great example of that. Endurance athlete, mother of 6, runs a business and runs 2 businesses. She was also a photographer. So when we hear about examples like that, we also know that there's a method and a process to utilizing our time correctly. So we got the money, we got the time issue, relationships. People say, I don't know the right people. Every single day when I do these Zoom up calls and these interviews, people are saying that because I knew this person, this happened. And they only knew that person through the community, through being involved, through showing up. So because I knew this person, this happened, and this person, and this person, and it triggered all these other events. So that I know that if they're lacking relationships, they become instantly wealthy in relationships. Some people think they want money, but without relationships, what good is the money? Next is going to be knowledge. Well, obviously through our accolades that we've received through third-party validation, through the BBB, through Inc. 5000, through the Best of State, that our education rocks, flat out rocks. So I know that the training, knowledge, education is there. And then last is fear. How many people are so wrapped up with that 4-letter F word? Fear. It's too scary for so many people to get out of the norm, get out of the 9 to 5, get out of wasting your life watching TV. Too many people have associated that's what they need to do every day, and they turn the TV on. So come up with the 5 main obstacles. For me, I already know I can help them if they're honest and open. Now, what makes someone be willing to be open and honest is I have to be open and honest. Or playing video games, right? Throw your Xbox away, sell it, get rid of it. Don't give it to someone. You'll be cursing them. So if I want them to be open and honest with me, I must be open and honest. Now, some of you are absolutely terrified to tell your guests you've done 0 deals. And because you have that terror or that fear, you've made up a wall. And now the person can't connect with you because you've made an amazing wall. You got so good at building walls. Well, those walls you built to keep out disappointment. That was the whole main reason. I don't want to be disappointed, so I'm just going to build these walls and make sure that no disappointment can get in. But the same walls that keep out our disappointment also keep out our happiness. Those same walls keep out the connections that we desire. We all need to understand this. This was so true to me in 2014. We are all one important relationship away from our next level of prosperity. We're all one important relationship away from our next level of prosperity. So if you're keeping all these walls up, you're also preventing all those important relationships from happening. So there's a way to phrase it if you haven't done a deal yet, so that you don't sound like a wimp, because no one wants to connect with a wimp either. But if you haven't done any deals, but you still love Renatus and you know you want to introduce people to it, I got 5-star before I did my first deal. So it's not about the doing of the deals that makes you easily a marketer. Okay. You can go ask Bill Predabon. You can go ask Dane Clark. Go ask Zach and Sumari. These people have done dozens and hundreds of deals. Yet, it's still the same process for each customer. Whether you've done 0 deals or 100 deals, the customer still has the same questions, needs that same connection, needs to be able to smash those 5 obstacles. So some of you have an interesting story. Well, yeah, Michael, I'll really kick the marketing into gear and start talking to people as soon as I have like 10 deals under my belt. Then it'll be way easier. No, it's a story. What will make marketing easier is doing more marketing. That's what makes it easier. In fact, I mostly in my program, in my intro, when I'm talking to people, I don't talk about what I do. I highlight you guys. I highlight what other people are doing. So it's not even about me. There's 2 reasons for that. One, some people just don't care what I did. They're going to say, of course you're saying that because you're trying to sell me. So I don't care. But the second thing is, if I keep spotlighting other people, they can see that I'm not, it's not a one-man band. I'm not trying to build my own self up. It's not about my ego. I'm trying to share the wealth and share the knowledge and share the energy and spotlight with other people. Then they can see that that's eventually going to happen for them. People want to be acknowledged for their accomplishments. But if I'm always hogging the spotlight and the accomplishments, they're not going to want to be around that. So when I'm going to be calling these guys later today, some will answer, some won't, and I'll just keep following up, right? What did you like best about what you saw? Okay, awesome. So when it comes to accomplishing what you want to accomplish, what's the biggest obstacle that's stopping you right now? Oh man, I know how you feel. Paul felt the same way, or Gilda felt the same way, or Miri felt the same way. And here's what they found. They found, and then the solution to their problem. So, based off of everything I've shared with you, I got the Extreme Plus combo. Is that what you had in mind or something else? I've put it into their brain. Now, obviously, if you don't get the Extreme Plus, you can't say that. If you got your essentials and say, I got the essentials, is that what you had in mind or something else? I've had some really, I'd say, aggressive people. Sometimes they're just so like, you're wrong, you're trying to rob me, but they're staying on the phone. Okay, so you have to understand that people's words and people's actions are so different sometimes. Don't take their words. These people, the husband and the wife, are like, yeah, but you this and you that, and you're just trying to take money from us and blah blah blah. But they stayed on the phone and they answered every question. So because they're staying on the phone, I looked at that behavior versus the wording. The wording is just, it's their mom talking through them. It's their it's their silly neighbor talking through them, right? It's someone that's talking through them. And so you have to base reality on their actions, not on their words. So if they're still on the phone with me, they're liking what I'm saying. Same thing with sellers and homeowners. You're trying to buy their properties. So I know I'm trying to help them. If they think I'm trying to rob them, that's my opportunity to overcome that. So one of my most difficult, when I say difficult, it was just like they just had the biggest walls up. But because I had nothing to hide, I took my wall all the way down. So I had nothing to hide. They saw that. As I had to listen, it's this listening skill. All of us think we're good at listening, but most people are just waiting to talk. There's a big difference between listening and waiting to talk. So Cindy asked, how do you diffuse them? I go into listen mode. She said, when they're saying, yeah, but you are this and the company that and the industry and real estate's risky and blah, blah, blah. What I'm really listening for is when people say something like that, they say, I lack confidence. That's what they're really saying. I don't know if I have enough confidence to do this. Okay. So instead of arguing the individual points, which is what an amateur ICM will do, it's not about arguing the individual points they're saying. Okay, because that's the words. What's the action? What's the overall? They're expressing a ton of fear. So what I ended up doing with these people is I said, all right, you know what? We're going to go on a screen share. I'm tired of doing this thing over the phone. And we immediately switched to Zoom. Okay. And so the wife is sitting there with the laptop on her lap and the husband's behind the couch just pacing. He's freaking pissed off and pacing. He's like, what did you trick my wife into? And then you'd stop and he'd yell something. And I would just listen. But, well, I can understand why you would say that, but that's not entirely accurate. We do help people. We have a track record. Now just listen. You have to be able to listen to what they're saying overall, not just each individual point, because then you get into an argument, right? That he said, she said, I'm right, you're wrong. And as soon as you make people wrong, then they put the wall up again. So I'm not trying to make people wrong. I'm trying to shift their perspective. That's where the power comes from. When I shift their perspective and they go, oh, I didn't look at it that way. So I get them, so we're on the Zoom and I say, you know what? Let me show you something. And normally what we do is we want to show them more PowerPoints. These people were smart. They'd been on they'd been to an intensive. They'd been to 2 or 3 house tours. They'd been on plenty of things. Okay. So they already had content enough. So I could feel that they weren't connecting to me. That was the issue. Good morning, Kevin. I need them to connect to me. So what I started doing immediately there is I just pulled up my Facebook. I shared my screen and I started going through my Facebook. And I said, look, here's me. I'm a real person. Remember how I told you I just moved to Tennessee? See, look, here's my post about me moving. Remember how I told you this? Oh, look, here's this post of me doing this. And I just kept scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and showing them. And they're finally like, okay, we get it, Michael. I was like, I don't know if you really get it. So then I opened up the Renatus Team Elevate Facebook group. And I said, well, look at this person. They just asked this and this person. And look at all the support they're getting. Just in 4 hours from this post, look at the people commenting. And I started scrolling through people's successes and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And finally, I had enough evidence in their brain to where they went, okay, we'll try it out. And I said, no. After all of this, we are not just doing essentials. You're going to get the Extreme Plus. Now, I knew that they could get it because they had a retirement account and they said they want to use a retirement account for real estate. And I said, great, you could do one deal with that, or you could buy the education and do all the deals. So you have the money, you're going to do the Extreme Plus. And they were very resistant, and I worked out a deal with them. Now, sometimes you have to work out a deal. Y'all bought a car before at a deallership? Maybe not. They throw in a little perk at the end, make you sign on the dotted line. There's something that you could throw in. So I asked her what was her main issue. She's like, well, if I put it on a credit card, I'm not sure about the payment for the first little while. I said, okay, what will your payment be? About $150 a month. Okay, how about this? Now, I'm not telling you to do this, folks on the line, but this is just what I ended up doing right then and there. I said, okay, great. 6 times 150, 900. Let's make it 1,000. How about I give you $1,000 to do it right now? Okay, fast action. I'll give you a fast action rebate. You ever bought 3 tires, get one for free for your car, right? They do this rebate thing. So I said, all right, my fast action rebate. I've already talked with Vanessa about it. She authorized me to give away up to $1,000 per combo. But if they buy the advanced or the essentials, no promo. But I want to show them, right? Because this was a combative experience when it first started. And so I've been taking down the wall, taking down the wall, taking down the wall. Right? Shared my story, shared other stories, went onto Facebook, showed them the groups, showed them everything. And then my last gesture of connection, of genuineness, it's not about me and my money. It's about empowering you. I want to empower you. So not just my words, but my action of empowerment. I want to empower people. So I said, if you sign up right now and pay right now, or she's like, well, I need to move the money out of the account, blah, blah, and I get it. Okay, fine. You get 2 weeks. 2 weeks. You're going to sign today and you're going to pay within 2 weeks. And then as soon as I get the money, I'll write a check to you. Fair enough. And it worked. So now my behavior, my actions that they can observe is that I care about them. Now, what do you think that's going to trigger when it comes to their marketing? They're not interested in marketing right now. I'm going to give it like another month and they're going to be really interested, okay? But when they start to bring people in, well, Parish, if they rescind, I don't have the money, so then there's no money to give them. So it's once I have the money, so no big deal there. So when they now go out to start marketing, and they're gonna, they're gonna show them the education, gonna show them the comp plan, gonna show them everything. And if they get someone that says, "Well, you're just doing this for the money," you can say, "No, no, no, no. Not only do you get to work with Michael and the team here, but let me tell you what Michael did for me." And whether they want to share that or not, they can at least share from a genuine place. Now, people are here to empower me. So now they have a story, they have evidence to show before they even do their own deal or make any money. They can see that people in our organization have their back, and they're going to try harder when they go and market. They're going to try harder when they watch their class. They're going to try harder on everything because we have their back. But you can only get that feeling from someone if you take down the walls. The wall you put up to keep out disappointment also keeps out happiness and connection. So drop your walls. Now, it's easy to say. It's easy for everyone to nod and say, okay, yep, I'll do it. I'll know you're doing it by watching your sales come in. If you still post up a goose egg 90 days from now about 0 sales, I know you still have your wall up. And you're not letting people into your life. If you're not letting them in, why would they let you in? So it's something that our society trained us to do, is put up these walls so that we look really good. And you have to look good in order to get to the next thing. But if that were true, we wouldn't be having calls like this. You would all be having massive success. So what society told us about our walls making us feel good is a big freaking lie. And we need to evolve past that. Part of it is understanding the difference between charisma and character. Some people think, oh, Michael, you're so charismatic and that's why it works for you. I don't know. Maybe. Some people call me a jerk and an a-hole for what I say. I can literally talk in front of 100 people, and some of you right now are thinking, Michael's such a jerk, and other people are saying, this is so inspirational. So I came up with a new word. It's called an inspirasshole. Dang, that's 2 swear words in one meeting. I need to cut it out. But that's what's happening. I could be the same person, and 2 people are getting 2 different worlds of reactions. Okay, fine. The difference between charisma and character. There's an amazing book by Jim Rohn. I'll just share with you the first little bit that I got from it, but if you want to go check it out, it's called Cultivating an Unshakable Character. And he talks about character being a mark that's made in stone. So when it was first a word, is when an artist would come and chisel away on a rock with their hammer and their chisel. The marks that they made were called characters. So it's this chiseling away, it's this working away at taking away the nonsense that builds your character. Now, charisma is very dependent upon people. Character is not. So charisma is great. If you have it, great. Some people don't. Not a big deal. You don't need it. You need character. And Jim Rohn brings up this point of, what if you were stranded on a desert island? What would help you? Character or charisma? Our character would. Our ability to be disciplined and get into our survival mode. What are you going to do with your charisma? Are you going to go talk to the coconut tree and try to get it to drop you a coconut with your charisma? It's not going to work. You need your character. Okay, so character means no walls. And because I dropped my walls, I think it was 2014 when I finally decided, if I'm ever going to get anywhere in this world with genuine connection with people, I cannot have these stupid walls. I hate it when someone puts up a wall. Don't you? So in order to clean up that contradiction, you need to drop your walls. Otherwise, you're a hypocrite. You keep your wall up, but you don't like other people having walls? Oh, man, that just equals frustration. Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down here? So I would like you all to, let's focus on a meditation, on an idea of dropping the walls and being our authentic self. All of us are incredibly powerful. It's the walls that also shrink our power. You want to expand and you bump into your own damn wall. So I love being able to connect with people. And part of it is being real, raw, authentic. Real, raw, and authentic with people. Too often people won't be real and they'll say things that they don't actually feel. And then immediately that wall goes up. And then someone goes, oh, well, you're not being genuine. Psychically, they're understanding you're not being genuine. So then their wall goes up. And then you go, oh, he's building a better wall. And we get into this wall competition. And then hours and hours go by, no sale is made, and you go, man, this sucks, or I suck, this business sucks, blah, 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 blah. Drop the walls. What is it that you're doing in your life that, well, let me ask it a different way. Since we already know that we were trained from kindergarten to build a wall so that we wouldn't look bad, and we all had to chase that A+, right? A B is bad, a C is worse, a D. And we all had to build these walls so that we could look better than other people. But if you look around at our favorite people in the world, the celebrities or the influencers in the world, they don't have walls. They're so genuine and open and authentic, and we can see them live their life. So the walls that keep out disappointment also keep out happiness. So that means we have to be willing to be disappointed. Now, Jim Rohn talks about this again. He says it's about disciplining your disappointment. It's okay to be disappointed, but not stay in it. Discipline your disappointment. So Cindy asks, how can I work, or, oh no, this is Luis, sorry. Luis says, how can I work on taking down my walls? Okay, well, part of it is a reassociation. A wall, okay, here, all right, guys, brace yourselves for this. The wall is simply you are lying. The wall is the lie. If you want to destroy the walls, you stop lying. Now, some of you are going, wait a minute, Michael, you've already folded your hands, folded your arms. You said, I'm not a liar. And some of you go, dang it, you caught me. Yeah, I know. You're all liars. In one form or another, there's two kinds of lies. There's lies of omission and lies of commission. Okay, most people think of lies as just making crap up and just making things. Yeah, I did 100 deals last year, and why don't you buy my program? Straight up lie. Don't. And so when we talk about lies, and you hear Eric Counts talk about it a ton, we're building our funnels too. Like, number one customer service rule: don't lie. And most people think of lying as you're just saying something false. That's a lie of commission. You've added something or made something up to look a certain way. And so that's how you've made your wall. Okay. The other kind of lies are lies of omission. You are leaving things out to try to make a picture look a certain way again. And when you leave things out and lie that way, then you are also building that wall. So you have this gigantic wall of lies that no one can see through, and your business can't grow, and you can't expand as a person until you dismantle the walls. No one likes to think about themselves as being a liar, but we've all been trained for decades into being really good liars. Some of you are very uncomfortable right now with this concept that you're a liar because you go, well, no, I pay my bills. I don't cut people off in traffic. I hold the door open at the grocery store. I say hi and hello to everyone. I'm so nice. I've never called anyone a mean name. I'm a nice person. Here's how I can tell you you're a liar. This is how it hit for me. We were all raised, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. Well, now you have something to say and you're not saying it. You are now lying by omission. You are leaving something out. It could be just straight up, how are you doing? How you doing, Deborah? And she goes, fine. She just lied to me. She's not fine. She's pissed off that it's been 9 years and she still hasn't done a deal, yet she's wanted to do a deal. I can tell. 10 years. I can tell she's pissed off. But if we didn't have our relationship that we've built over these last several months and I were to just ask her how she's doing, she would say fine, and I would believe her. So that's one reason why I sent you that text over the weekend, Deborah. I hope you check that website out. As soon as we can clean up this mess, see, the reason we make these lies is we're afraid of judgment. It doesn't matter what people judge. It doesn't matter. Right? Remember I told you the name I get from people? I'm an inspiration and an a-hole at the same time. This is judgment. I don't care. I'm still doing my thing. So Eric says, well, isn't that being polite? Right? If you're just not saying mean things, well, what's mean? And we're kind of opening up a can of worms towards the end of the call here. But being mean if you aren't being mean, but someone else is calling you mean, that's their own judgment. You're not saying the things to be mean. If you were, then yeah, you'd be being a jerk. But I wasn't. When I was on that call with those people, and they had all their walls up around me, and I was saying, you have a broke mindset. You're 50, you're on your way to retirement, and you have 50 grand in your retirement account. You're broke. Now, some people might say, well, that's so impolite of you. But I'm not saying it so I feel better than them. I'm saying it so that we can address a reality and do something. If we don't address reality, how are we going to make a change? So let's brings up a point here, a landmark forum. That's a great opportunity to be led through a 3-day event where you knock down your walls. I think it's like $500 or something like that. Just be aware, landmark forum is, I've seen it. It's kind of it's a vacuum. It will suck you in. They got their own agendas with their company. Take the 3-day course if you want, and then stop there. Okay, because they got a 10-day course and a 2-year course, and then you get wrapped up in all that building their business. They got great stuff. Don't do that though. You got your own business. Okay. They're going to say things like, well, that empowerment that you got, don't you want to like carry it on and give it to other people? Yes, but do it in Renatus. Don't do it in Landmark Forum. They don't pay you. Renatus will pay you. Okay. So Sherry says it's $700. So, it's a pretty penny to go there, but it's real work. And if you're ready to smash your walls, any sort of anything that will help you eliminate your walls is going to increase your life and the value you can bring, and that value will show up represented in money. It'll show up represented in relationships. All right. Frank, you and I think we need to have a discussion on our next Monday call. We're gonna make Frank. I have some ideas. We're kind of running out of time, but I think it would be a great experience for all of us to talk with Frank, because Frank has too many walls, and I think I just heard him add another brick to that wall. Oh, Frank. All right, are you gonna be here next Monday, Frank? Because we're running out of time, and but I do want to help Frank, and I think by helping you, it will help everyone else listen. Oh, he doesn't want to show up now. That's okay. I'll be here, Frank. We're here to help. Cool. Okay, so what I would like to do is have you put into the chat the lesson you have gotten from today's conversation, the revelation or the lesson that you are picking up and taking home with you and implementing into your life, so we can all learn from each other. Please type the lesson in that you have gotten from the call today. Okay, so Eric says, take down the walls. Andre says, always be real. Gilda says, take down the walls. David says, I have walls. George says, break down the walls so that you can let people in and success. Josh says, stop lying. Sandra says, tell the truth. Deborah says, be more forthcoming. Logan says, break down the walls, be genuinely you. Be yourself. There's only one of you. Exactly. Jody's lesson was about the rebate, the fast action rebate. Ada says, take down our walls. Kim says, be honest. Isaac says, be honest with yourself and your prospects. Anthony says, keep it simple and be raw and honest. Keely says, drop my walls, have more awareness around this. Break down the wall, says Grace. Myra says, realize people's walls and my own. Jenna says, build strong rapport. Anna says, build character and break down the walls. Isaac says, be an insper asshole. Bertha says, be honest with myself. Miri says, be your true self. Ari says, break down the walls. Get busy, says Al. The lesson here for Teresa is building my character and not charisma. Cindy says, be authentic and genuine as you would want others to be with you. That's it, Cindy. Absolutely.
Hey, Michael,
Doug's
I got a quick question.
bust down the walls. Who's that? Charles.
So I'm guessing, since I've said that the addictions you can see are physical, I'm pretty sure that you have like a dependence or an addiction on these walls. How do you overcome that?
Become grateful for them. Some people want to get pissed off at them and send anger towards themselves and the wall building activities that they've done. But when you send anger that way, you actually get into a karmic loop of building more walls. Instead, let's bring gratitude. Bring gratitude towards your wall. Hey, it got you this far, okay? Be grateful. Have that gratitude energy for it, because when you have gratitude for it, then you can actually move it. When you're mad at something, you can't move it. Hey, I'm so grateful. And then Charles, also being grateful for the awareness of the walls. And when you start to be grateful and then express that, it can start to melt some things down. If you all want to go listen to that book, Building an Unshakable Character, that's really going to help. But Landmark is just one of the things. Okay, Landmark. I mean, there's so many. I'm not here to promote one program or another. I'm just here to say these walls got to go. And it's going to be uncomfortable. But being broke and being scared and not having real connections with humans is also uncomfortable. So I'm here to support you. I'm here to help you become the better version of you. I know that we got to chisel away and get that character out. Right? Some of you need a little more work than others. I feel like I can say that because I showed up needing the most work, and I'm still working on myself. So I appreciate all of your engagement today. Everyone jumping in and dropping their connections, their ideas, their lessons from the day. Amazing stuff. Okay, take this to heart, work on it, and I will see you guys on our next webinar. Have a wonderful day, everyone.